Uh-oh. It looks like Irene might be heading towards North Carolina, where I live. I'm right there, right about where that O is in the word Charlotte. So that's pretty close to this hurricane, and I think it's time to get together a evacuation kit. So that's what hack number 22 is all about, how to put together an evacuation kit if you see a hurricane coming and you need to get out of the area. So let's take a look at what I've put together, and hopefully it will help you in the future if you need to plan for such an emergency. Well, as I said in the introduction, it looks like Hurricane Irene may indeed be coming close to where I live, so I've decided to be prepared and get together a hurricane evacuation kit. And I want to share with you what I've done here in case you ever need to do this, or people that really need to do this. Maybe tomorrow when this video is posted, you'll have an idea of how to put something together and what to look for. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I've got together here. You really need to plan for the possibility of 3 days of no power, no water, and no place to live. If the hurricane hits your house and it's gone or completely devastated, or your utilities are out, it can be kind of devastating, and it catches a lot of people off guard. What you see right here in the video now is pretty much what you should have together in case of emergency when a hurricane comes. You can do something a little smaller than this, but this is being really prepared. So let's take a look at what we've got. Of course, the first thing you want to be worried about is what to eat. So what's in this cooler is nothing perishable. The reason it's in a cooler is it's waterproof, it has 2 handles, it's easy to carry, and you can pick it up and throw it in a car on short notice. So what I've put in here mostly is a couple of bowls just to eat out of, put things into when you want to eat. I've got some fruit here, which is kiwi. I would recommend kiwi because it's very high in vitamins and minerals, one of the highest content of those things of any fruit on the planet. Kiwi is really good to have around. So there's some kiwi to munch on. We have some crackers. Crackers are good. Snacks. You know, you're going to be spending a lot of time sitting around wondering when you're going to get back to your house. And yeah, the dogs are curious. They've got food. We'll get to that in a minute. There's some more snacks. Snacks are good. High protein foods like fish, albacore tuna, and sardines are really easy to pack. They're really nutritious. They're easy to eat. You don't need a can opener with sardines. You just open them up and eat them. Although we do need a can opener for stuff like this, like black-eyed peas, pork and beans. None of this needs to be warmed up. That's the idea. And it's all good food. Here's some peanut butter, a loaf of bread, some pretzels down underneath there. There's some premium saltines. Get a little salt going in the diet so you don't dehydrate, and it's very important to also drink water. You gotta have plenty of that, right? So we've got water. I have 5 gallons of water in the red container for myself, and I have 5 gallons of water for my pets. If you have pets, you need to consider them as well. So what do we do about the pets? Well, we have a little portable watering dish here that can fold up really nicely. Fritz, why don't you demonstrate how that works for me? You'd put your nose in there and take a drink, wouldn't you? Yeah, so that's pretty easy to use. Put water in that and it's collapsible, easy to store. Got cat food for the cats, plenty there. Got some dog food for the dogs. There's plenty there. There's enough for at least 3 or 4 days. Fritz is very curious about that. A little bit of moist cat food in case they want some of that. Excuse me, Fritzy. So that kind of takes care of the animals. Don't forget their leashes. Very important. Got to have those. And if you have cats, a couple cat carriers might be a good idea. I don't have those right here in the video, but I do have them ready to go. Then you need to worry about things like toiletries. So in this bag I've got some toilet paper, I've got some first aid stuff like some hydrogen peroxide, a little bit of neosporin. You never know when cuts or something like that may occur. Toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, Band-Aids, razor, a bar of soap, things like that. That can all go in one nice big 2.5 gallon bag. It's important to keep things waterproof. It's a hurricane. It's going to be wet. You may be out in the weather, and you may be having to access this stuff in torrential downpours. So keep that in mind as you pack. Then there's things like matches. or a lighter, either one. I had these book matches in a container already from my camping gear, so I just went ahead and threw that in the box. Just a simple plastic cup, no glass, you don't want to break it. A poncho. Very simple thing, but it could keep you warm and cozy if it gets really nasty and you're stuck in the rain. I have a can opener. Gotta have a can opener. If you've got cans, don't forget the can opener. And here I have a simple little propane stove. Really easy to set up. And if you want to warm up something, maybe make some coffee, something like that, or tea. I was going to pack that, but I didn't yet. I forgot it. That'll go on the list of things to do after I shoot this video. Some simple utensils, and these are really handy. You can get these at Walmart, camping places. One of these all-in-one kind of Boy Scout-y things. All kinds of stuff in that. There's a knife in there, a can opener, a fork, a spoon, a corkscrew in case you want to have some wine and cheese. Create your own little hurricane party. So there's the stuff that you need to eat with. Then we get to a toolbox. I've got a pretty big one here because I'm a craftsman, as you know, and I've got all kinds of tools, so I put together a pretty good little toolbox. It's got some basic stuff in there to survive with, and it's always a good idea to have a roll of duct tape handy. It can be good for all kinds of stuff. A roll of baling wire is also a good idea. I've got my cordless drill in there all charged up, and hammer, stuff like that. You never know when tools could come in handy. And of course, there's the water, blankets, and a pillow. It doesn't have to be anything too fancy. A couple of blankets and a pillow. And if you've got your car, well, there's your shelter. And then, of course, pack a bag with clothes for 3 or 4 days. Doesn't have to be anything too fancy, just something to keep you dry and warm. You can figure out what you need from there. A radio is a good idea. If it's got a weather band on it, that's even better. This one is AM, FM, and shortwave, so I can keep track of what's happening with the storm. Now here's a very important item that you may want to put together. I would suggest putting all your important papers in a little folder. I've got a lot of important papers in here, like insurance documents, social security card, birth certificate, things like that. And in the bigger folder is all the information on my pets, what kind of vaccinations they have, all that kind of stuff. You have to think, like, what if my house got totally leveled and I lost everything? Well, these are very important. These are one of those things that you would wish you had later. So, important papers, put them in a 2.5-gallon Ziploc bag and pack them up and take them with you. If things get really bad and you come home to nothing, you'll be glad you did that. And that's about it. So it's all about being prepared and thinking ahead. So I'm going to have all this staged right here by the garage door, and tomorrow evening I'm going to take a look at that weather track, and if it looks nasty, I'm out of here. I'm heading west and getting away from this storm. So I hope anyone who sees this that's in North Carolina to the east fares well. And if you ever need this information, it's been my pleasure to help you out to decide what to pack for an evacuation kit. So until next time, keep on hacking, stay dry, and let's all hope that the hurricane passes North Carolina out on the Outer Banks and not too far inland.